Good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to the Spring Showdown 2026. We are Reed Spring High School. We are taking on Sikeston, the Bulldogs, in round one here. Currently, it is 79 degrees in beautiful Stone County, but inside the Joe Dome, it is always a crisp 65 and sunny. We are getting ready here to get going. Both teams have entered their cards. Selections are being made, and soon you will see two new teams doing battle here. We've not had a Reed Spring Sikeston matchup before, so a lot of fun to be had. Okay, Sikeston comes in with an 8-0 record. Reed Spring enters with a 9-0 record. Both teams are undefeated. Reed Spring is the number 3 seed, Sikeston the number 6 seed. You're going to see Opa playing as Donkey Kong, going against Zelda. He was played by Neptunes. A little shout out of respect there to Sikeston with the band names for their we're back. I'm not sure if we had an issue there with the audio or not, but we are entering into the second fight of the first match here. You're going to see Opa take that jump, and the fight begins. So here we go. Once again, Min, a really good distance fighter, campy, from what I hear the kids say. Likes to camp, use her long hair or whip, whatever the thing is, and attack at a distance. So Opa's going to have to really learn and how to figure out how to work through that situation and be able to get close to Min to get damage in stocks. Once again, he's a big grappler, likes to play up close. And so that's going to be potentially difficult since Min's going to really work to keep him at bay. However, as you can see, he's already off to a quick start and got the first stock of this set. So Opa really has found his niche here with the E-Wolves and using that Donkey Kong grapple and throw. He's a technique that I have not seen in my few little years of experience here. He's done a really good job of kind of creating his own persona here. Min's doing a really good job getting that attack damage up high, and he takes the next stock of the match, and that is going to be Opa's second stock overall taken, coming from the first match. So you have Paramore there with 2 stocks. You got Opa with 1, and both are going to continue to work back and forth here on the right side of the map. Min with that grab and suplex. Donkey Kong's able to get back on the map and get to the right side. He's at 72%. He's going to throw Min, but there's that long recovery that Min has. He's going to have to be very good about his throws off the edge and make sure he doesn't throw them back into the stage like he did last time. So he gets that stock. However, Paramore is able to close out with that long distance attack, and that is going to be the end of Opa's run here in game 1, set 1 of the first round of the Spring Showdown. So we'll be right back. Okay, hey, nice run. Okay, who's going next? Are we good with Ashton second? Braden, you're good with Ashton second? Yeah. Okay. All right. No. Boop. Hmm.
They only have 1 stock left, I think. You ready to use their arms at the same time a while? Also, I'm not He did like the little shield thing where he moves it around the circle. Go before the game starts. Oh, I hear about it. There's no sorry. I think there is.
And welcome back. Not sure if my mic was on or off there. Why it keeps that. randomly turn on and then off. So we are now in fight number 3 here of set 1. You're going to see Ashton playing as Isabel and going against Paramore with Min Min. So with Paramore, you're going to see them jump twice. They are currently at 1. Hang on. We're back. A little controversy as I accidentally clicked the wrong fighter for 2 seconds. So we are re-talking about the set here.
Oh, I know what you're trying to do. I'm not trying to get by that, bro. Huh? What do you mean? What?
And we seem to be good to go. So you're going to see Paramore playing as Min Min with 1 stock. And you're going to see Ashton with a Q, aka Ashton, as Isabel. Fun fact, Ashton with a Q and Opa are brothers. The only pair of brothers we have had in Reed Spring esports history. And it's a young budding program. So history be made somewhere. Looks like the Yep. So we are a little confusion there. We are getting the stage set. You're going to see them doing battle at Final Destination. Don't forget the guy jumped twice. And we'll get going.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's how Hatchline's whole, like, since it doesn't have any support, it's 2.4.
He's getting rage. It's not cool.
Also, I think he tried to attack him for
Yeah, he did, but it's okay.
All right. And we're off here. You can see Min Min there on the left side of the screen, controlled by Paramore. Ashton with a Q on the right side there as Isabel. Well, fires working back and forth. If you're Ashton, you're really just need to take that 1 stock away from Paramore without taking on too many losses, too many L's, as they say. Both fires working in the middle. Min Min once again able to kind of hold court in the middle, use that long distance attack, and takes the first stock in this set. And that is key for Sikeston as they're working their way really back into this set, almost even now with Reed Spring. Looking at your stock counts, if you're keeping score at home, Min Min really doing a good job of keeping Ashton at a distance. You know, once again with Isabel, does have some grapples with that net. Likes to use to grab and throw defenders, but it's hard to get there when you can't get in that close. So Ashton's gonna have to really find a solution to the problem, to work the problem, to quote the great Brandon Weldy, and how to get close to Min Min without taking on too much more damage or too many stocks. He's got Min Min up at 103 and in the air. Min Min does recover. Paramore recovers on the right side using that grab and suplex. And now it's anyone's match as both fighters at one stock remaining. The one advantage that Ashton may have is that Min, their damage count is so high at 107. However, Min is countering, and chipping away, and now we're much closer in the damage department than Ashton would like to be. It's a big rocket attack, sends Min flying off the set, but not enough to take Paramore out of the match. Now at 154 and off the right side of the edge. You're going to use the fishing reel. You're going to go cast. You're going to shut the door on the first set and on Paramore's run. And speaking of garage doors, one of our best contributors to Reed Spring Esports is Precision Garage Door. They can take care of all your garage door needs. So give them a call, give them a shout out. Tell them, hey, thank you for supporting Reed Spring Esports. So there you have it there. Paramore is going to exit from the stage, and we're going to get ready for the next fight in set one. And we'll be right back. Welcome back to the broadcast here, folks. We are looking at the fourth fight here of set one, round one of the 2026 Spring Showdown. You're going to see Ashton with a Q continue, still with one stock, only one stock. Took a lot of damage against Paramore. Paramore did a great job of eating up the middle of the lineup. You're going to be going against Oasis. Don't forget to jump. Oasis, who is playing as Cloud. Cloud is not a character I feel like we've seen as much this year. First couple of years that Reed Spring entered into the Smash competitions, there was quite a bit of Clouds, but haven't really seen as many lately. So it'll be interesting to see this matchup. They're doing battle at Final Destination. Those you may not be familiar. Both fighters work in the middle of the screen here. Ashton with his one stock, Cloud with all three. Cloud with that sword, Final Fantasy character. A good Final Fantasy game, too. Swings the sword, makes good contact, as they'd say in baseball, but not enough to make it a home run. So Ashton is still alive, but that damage count's getting pretty high. Way too high than he probably like to be. He'd love to try to get one stock here. It's going to be really hard as he continues to struggle to establish kind of any consistent routine of attack on the stage here. Oasis is doing a really good job of keeping Ashton off balance, keeping him off the set, and then making it very difficult for him to reestablish or recover back on stage. But he does gets a couple of shots in, but is unable to capitalize on it. Although he did do a high amount of damage, not enough to take a stock. And Oasis is going to take that last stock from Ashton with a Q. So we will reconfigure the lineup and be right back. And welcome back here. We're going to be seeing Dubious make his playoff debut. He's going to be playing as Piranha Plant. He's going against Cloud as Oasis as Cloud. They are doing battle on small battlefield. Dubious has a couple different characters, fighters he likes to play. Definitely strategic in who he chooses. Things like with Piranha Plant, he can use some of the spiky balls and some of the tricks up his sleeve to attack at a distance and stay away from that big sword of Clouds. But then also when he does get in close, he's got the jaws and the grabber there. So he's gonna have to look at some ways to deal with Cloud. That green wave from the sword seems to be a thorn in the side of the Reed Spring players right now. There he goes with a little chomp, a little grab and throw. Catches Cloud on top of the platform. Cloud with a good block, but then Dubious counters with his own block and is able to get more damage in. Gets Cloud off the stage, but unable to keep him off the stage. Oh, there's that big old stabberoonie, and there's a follow-up with that, and that's the first stock taken from Cloud. So a little chink in the armor there, and definitely the first little bit of momentum here that Reed Spring is feeling since the end of that Paramore fight. Currently right now at 145 damage. Piranha Plant is one that does have a higher damage count, but not as high as some of the other big heavies. So he's going to have to really try to narrow that gap, try to get some damage in on Cloud before he potentially takes a second stock. Using that chomp, throws the little poison breath there. Using the spiky ball, he likes to use it in the set, but he's also really good with using it off ledge and recovery and try to throw off the timing of his opponents and getting them back on the stage, kind of make them have to react to him rather than allow them to get back on stage and get into their pattern of attack and defense. Both fighters now in the hundreds on this count, so this is definitely kind of once he got warmed up, it seems like Dubious is finding his footing, finding his timing in this fight, and that's the second stock taken out at 150 damage. He is really on a good run right now, and he would love to continue that to take the third stock. Could prove to be difficult, but even to leave this fight with two stocks would be a huge momentum booster for Reed Spring Esports. Oh, there's the first stock taken. Good counter there by Oasis. But once again, up at 104 damage. There's that big old snapper jaws, and that's going to be the third stock. Really did not give Cloud a lot of room on the map to fight. Kind of took the real estate away from him. And, speaking of real estate, if you're looking for a place to move, want to get down by the lake, OxArcs, one of our bronze sponsors and a big supporter of Reed Spring Esports. So if you're looking to get that lake life going, why don't you give OxArcs a call? They're great people, local people, and they're going to help you out. So that's the end of this set, or the end of this fight. We'll be right back for the next set of fighters. And welcome back, Esports Fanatics. We are here in set one, round one of the 2026 Spring Showdown. Smash Bros. Cruise battle. If you're just tuning in, you got Reed Spring Esports going against Sikeston Esports. Don't forget to jump. And we are this is the fourth fighter now for Sikeston. And for the first time in the playoffs, you're going to see Third Eye Blind. Once again, mad props to Sikeston for the band names. Fighting his Nest, going against Dubious as Piranha Plant. You saw him jump off there once. That first stock was taken by Oasis, who played as Cloud in the last set. So, like I said, we are in the sixth fight, of the first set. This is the fourth fighter for Sikeston, and this year went to a 4v4 format, not the 5v5. So, if you're Sikeston, you've got to get through Dubious, and then you still have to get through BWP, who's kind of the closer here. So, both fighters, you can see they're in the hundreds now on their damage count. Piranha playing with a slight edge. Ness is a very tricky character. Uses that electric shock, and is really a tough character sometimes to fight. He's got the bat, got the electric shock thing, all kinds of stuff. But regardless, Dubious has played a great Piranha Plant today and is already taken the first stock of the match. So both fighters now at 2 stocks and really starting to chip away again at Third Eye Blind, and might mess around. He just did. He might mess around and take a second stock, and he has. So right now he's got a 2-to-1 stock advantage. He can really kind of lean on him here. Maybe be a little bit more aggressive. You can see right there. Good job by Third Eye Blind to finally get that stock taken. But Travis can play his game now. He can kind of take some risks if he wants to, because he knows that he's got BWP behind him to close out if he needs to. Dubious has done a great job in this run. He's played a really great Piranha Plant, going against some really tough players with Cloud, who proved to be very stubborn and hard to do battle with. And now with Ness as Third Eye Blind, jumps out to a quick start, and he's got him at 100, 104, 118 with the throw. Once again, using that spiky ball to keep him off balance, and there's that electro lightning shock that Ness likes to throw. Ness from Earthbound, Mother, back in Japan when the game first came out. I did love me some Earthbound when I was growing up. Yeah, you're looking like I can drop a little knowledge once in a while. There we go, and that is the end of the first set. Reed Spring comes out on top. Do you have 1 stock?
Yeah.
Comes out on top with that, and we are going to take a quick break and get ready for the second set. So we'll be right back. And welcome back, folks. We're getting ready for set number 2. Let's take a quick tour here around Class 1 here. Currently, Bishop DuBourg has taken the first set against Cameron High School, and Christian Fellowship has taken the first set against West County. You're still waiting to hear from Oak Grove and Bernie High School. And those who are here watching along, Reed Spring has taken the first set from Sikeston. So all kinds of great esports matchups being played around this great state of ours. Just checking in here on Oak Grove and Bernie. Looks like currently Oak Grove has they're doing battle tying. They are going into the last fight of the first set against Bernie High School. Kind of a surprise, not gonna lie to you, this amateur sportscaster here. Bernie High School is the 8 seed and Oak Grove is the 1 seed. So it's definitely something that was not expected. So if you're putting money in Vegas, you might get a little antsy there if you put your money on Oak Grove. So, but let's go right back here to the Showdown, and we got Reed Spring and Sikeston playing here in set number 2. You're gonna see Sikeston lead with Min Min, their heavy hitter, gonna put the cleanup batter, the 3rd hitter, the 4th hitter, in the 1 spot. And making his playoff debut now is Fano, playing his hero. So, Min Min has 1 game under their belt in the Spring Showdown. In the first set there, as you saw, Fano now makes his debut here in the 2026 playoffs. So, we're on the left side of the map. Min Min, once again, doing a really good job of keeping that fighting at a distance, using those whip cracks and hair whaps and everything else, and takes the first stock from Fano. Definitely what Sikeston wanted to do here is get out to a quick lead and look to really play that stock count game early. One reason why you would maybe start with your better player, or your anchor, sometimes what they refer to it as, would be to get a faster start than they had in the first set, in hopes that they can lean and play the numbers game. Get a little tense here in the Showdown. Fano up to 115 damage count, and that's going to be the 2nd stock taken. So right now you've got Paramore with three stocks working against Fano. Fano does have Min Min up to 74. He wants to try to get at least 1 stock taken. If he can get 1 and set up his next teammate, then he's done his job. But he definitely wants to get that stock taken.
Yes, it is. Why did you guys have to make me play first?
And that's going to be the 3rd stock. And we'll be back. Welcome back, sports fans. Here we are. We're in the second set of the opening round of the Spring Showdown. You saw Fano make his debut. Didn't get the results he wanted, but did serve his role as well as he could. So, Minman will continue to play. Paramore is the fighter in this second set. He's going to go against Opa as Donkey Kong. These two. Trying to look back here. Did match up in the first set with Opa having some success. Kind of took him a little bit of time, but he did get that third stock with taking two or losing two. So he's going to hope to replicate that success today. Min and Paramore is a great Min fighter. Does a really good job of using his distance attacks. That was one of the things that it took Opa some time to adjust in the first set, learning how to deal with that distance as a grappler who wants to get in close and play up close and do a lot of grabbing and smashing. He found a rhythm, although it took him a little while. So we're going to see if he can replicate that success this time around. Both fighters are making their bands, and they're going to be doing battle here at, if I can get my sheet pulled up, at Smashville, a.k.a. Smash Vegas for the weekend crowd. Paramore in the first set took 4 stocks, won 1 game and lost 1. So not a bad setup. Opa in his first outing in set 1 took 5 stocks and won 1 game. So both come into this one with 1 game success. We are, oh, hey, Smashville's banned, big dog. Correction, we had a banned Smashville. So a little misselection there. And we will go to Hollow Bastion for this battle here. And set number 2, match number 3, class 1 of the Smash Spring Showdown. Looking at the bracket here, it's official. Oak Grove did defeat Bernie, but it did take them all the way to the very last fight. So Bernie showing some chutzpah, if you will, in that first matchup. Be interesting to see if they can maybe find some success in that second one. Here we are in the second set. You've got Opa there playing as Donkey Kong. Paramore is Min. There's Min using that distance attack. And then once you get close, you got to watch for that smash and that grab and suplex that they use really well. It's a really good mix-in with that distance attack. There you can see Opa missed his recovery. Definitely not what he wanted there. And gives up the first stock to Min. But then counters with a couple of roundhouse kicks off the stage. And Min misses the recovery, is unable to recover. So now both fighters are kind of at square one at 2 stocks apiece. So really not a lot different than starting 3 versus 3 outside of you're both down 1 stock. But you both feel like you're at a balanced position. No one feels like they're kind of playing from behind there. There's Opa with the grab, the throw. Keeps him away from the stage, but once again with that long recovery that Min has, he was able to get that grab and throw a couple of times in the first set. And I guarantee you that Paramore has done some homework and is learning how to combat that. So this time he just threw him straight up in the air and took the second stock that way. So now Opa with a 2-to-1 stock advantage. Donkey Kong in that 118% damage. He can take a high amount of damage, but he doesn't want to get too far along without potentially taking that third stock, although now Min has it 140-160 and takes the second stock. So this is it. We got 1 more stock to be had. Opa with the grab and throw misses, and then misses the recovery. It's a costly miscue there by Opa, as he had the grab, he had the throw, was not able to throw him off the stage though. because of that long recovery by Min Min, and he missed his own recovery. So at the end of that set, that's going to put Sikeston in a really strong advantage now with 2 matches won back-to-back. So Reed Springs have to battle from behind, so we will figure out who our next fighter is when we get back. And welcome back. You're going to see right here, you're going to see Paramore playing his Min Min with 1 stock left. You're going to see BWP enter in the 3rd fighter slot this time. He will play his Byleth. They're going to do battle at Small Battlefield. So you can see there, Paramore's going to take their 2 jumps. They're going to be down to 1 stock. And so if you're BWP, the name of the game is to get this 3rd stock without losing any, which is going to be really tough. Paramore is a great player. Plays a great Min Min. Haven't seen a Min Min in a few years, but it feels like most of the time when we do, they're very good players or use the character very well. As you can see right now, Min Min off to a great start. As BWP kind of trying to find his footing, generally he likes to take a little bit quicker start, but looking back at how Dubious played in his first set also, he took a little bit of time to get his feet underneath him, but then went on a really good run. So you can see now BWP playing his Byleth there in the red, doing a good job of starting to cut away at this small lead that Paramore has built up. And like I said, for him, at the end of the day, name of the game is take 1 stock. If you cannot lose any, that's even better. But if you even go into it with 2 stocks, BWP is a player who can recover well from that and tilt the aspect of the game back towards Reed Spring or back to balance. So has Min Min off the stage. Looked like he may have tried to go for a little spike there, but thought better of it. Uses the big arrow, loads it up, charges it up, and is going to send Min Min out of their 3rd stock in the 2nd set here. I'm telling you, if there's somebody who, when they come into play, that you know they're going to do some damage, you want to take that to the bank. You might want to look at Table Rock Community Bank or Southern Bank, 2 great sponsors for Reed Spring Esports. Oh, we will go to our next fight here. We'll get set up and we'll be right back. And welcome back, folks. We are getting ready here for the next fight. While we're getting everything squared away, just a little update from around the state of Missouri here in Class 1. Bishop DeBerg has taken the second match against Cameron, so they advance to the semifinals on May 15th. I'm kind of looking around here with West County versus Christian Fellowship. West County has 3 games, 1-4 out of 4, so they are close to punching their ticket through. Looking at Oak Grove and Bernie in their second set. Currently, Oak Grove has 1 match won, so they are early in their second set. And that brings us back here to beautiful Stone County here in Reed Spring High School. You've got Reed Spring with a 1-0 lead against Sikeston, the Bulldogs. And we're in the second set. Currently right now, let me move my camera over here. Currently in this set, you've got Sikeston, who's won 2 matches and lost 1. You're going to see BWP fighting as Byleth. They're on the left in red with all 3 stocks, going against Oasis, who is fighting as Cloud, also with 3 stocks. So really an even matchup now, even though Reed Spring is down 1 fight in this set. A win here puts them back at even, but you got to start looking at the stocks game and how many you've got to kind of swing back your way after there's a little bit of a slow start in the second set by Reed Spring. So both fighters there working in the middle of the set. Cloud, we saw Oasis in the first set, and Oasis took 2 stocks, won a game and lost a game. We did not see BWP in the first set, so this is also his playoffs debut for the 2026 season in the spring showdown here. Cloud with a big hit there, raises the damage count there on BWP, but not enough yet to take that first stock. BWP really, there's that arrow. He loves to use that arrow off stage or when his opponent's recovering. Does a really good job of charging it up when he can, and also is a timing element to make it harder for his opponents to recover and get back on set. A big counter there. Really good job of guarding the edge there by Oasis, and he takes the first stock here in this second set. BWP has Cloud up to, or Oasis playing his Cloud up to 99, now 103, 115, and wants to get him taking that first stock for him in this set. There's a big punch right off the edge there, and now he's got that first stock taken from Oasis. Cloud with the big sword has the green flame trimmers that stem off of that different attack types with that sword. He got a couple of different things that he can do with it. And that quick laser one, he does all the blue lights on it. So definitely a good fighter. Byleth, kind of a multi-tool player. He's got the long stabby thing. He's got the long chain thing. And then, of course, his arrows. However, BWP finding a little bit of hard time here getting into a rhythm in this fight. A little bit slower start than he probably anticipated. But he's taken one stock from Oasis. He really wants to get that second one now while his damage count's low. Cloud doing a really good job of kind of slowing down and anticipating what BWP is going to do and then having a counter ready for it. There's a good ninja and a kick maneuver. Once again, using that sword slash with the green off of it, that kind of help keeps you at a distance, but then he can follow up with that big sword attack. However, he kind of mistimed it there, left himself vulnerable, and BWP did a great job of taking advantage of that error on his part. Damage count's a lot higher than he'd like it to be. However, taking those two stocks from Oasis is a big help to Reed Spring as you're looking at the lineup and you're starting to do that numbers game. Can they swing that back into their favor? There's that arrow charge. Decided not to pull it. Another arrow. Cloud does a good job of getting up to the top stage and then using a block on his way down. There's another arrow though from BWP, using his arrows a lot in the stage. I feel like more than I've usually seen him. He loves to use it off stage quite a bit, but he's done a really good job of using that to keep his opponent off balance a little bit. Both fighters fighting off the right side of the stage there. BWP lands first, reacts first, and takes a big third stock from Oasis in this second set. And so that is going to bring both teams to 2 wins. The stock count is not in Reed Spring's advantage, but when you're at 2-2 and you've got your anchors left who for Reed Spring, both BWP and Dubious have come big in big matches and big moments. You don't feel like you're out of it by any means. So we will get everything set up for the next fight, and we'll be right back.
If he sticks it on the side, you're gonna have a very.
And we're back. We're getting ready here for the next fight. If you've been playing along at home, you just saw BWP take a big 3 stocks from Oasis, who was playing as Cloud there. While we're waiting on the fighters to make their stage bans and selections real quick, mentioned earlier that Bishop DeBerg punched their ticket earlier, and with a new update here, Christian Fellowship School has punched their ticket. So they are going to be in the semifinals on May 15th as well. I believe, if I'm seeing this right, if I'm right on this, then Reed Spring would play Bishop DeBerg, I believe, and then the winner of Oak Grove would play Christian Fellowship, but we will know that very quickly as we get through the rest of this spring showdown quarterfinal. So you're going to see BWP there playing his Byleth on the right, take his 2 jumps. He's going to have 1 stock going into this set against Mayo with no hits, playing as King Dedede. The last time I saw a King Dedede would have been our own Otto playing as King Dedede. He has branched out into other fighters. Is now in the Mario or the Luigi realm. So definitely a fighter in a style that Reed Spring is familiar with because they saw Otto every single day for the last 2 years. So should be that would give BWP an advantage a little bit, at least having knowledge of the character, which he has a high knowledge of characters. So that could help. So here we are in this fight. You can see right now BWP with some success gets the big first stock taken. King Dedede, whoa, the big old rocket thing there. Holy cow! I don't think I ever saw Otto pull that move out, but anyway, BWP did take one stock out of that. That was a maneuver I have not seen before, and it worked. So 2 big shots takes BWP off the map, and now we go into the last fighter for Reed Spring for this set, which will be Dubious. So we will be right back. And welcome back. We are getting ready for the debut, or not the debut, sorry, Dubious played in the first set. We're going to see Dubious here in this match as Piranha Plant going against King Dedede, who played a great fight just then against BWP. A little easier when you don't have to clean up one stock. That definitely gave him an advantage where he can kind of take some risks. So if you're Dubious, you need to take those 2 stocks, preferably without giving up any, and then you're going to see, you would see Sikeston's 4th fighter of the night, Third Eye Blind, if you get that far. So Sikeston with a great quick start here in this set. Reed Spring has closed the gap, but it's going to be a really difficult road to hoe, as they say. However, Dubious with a great start. Look out for that mega mallet smash that he does there. Dubious takes the first stock in this matchup and kind of jumps right back on him. Good job with using his block there to stop that little spiky thing that Dedede has. Dedede does have a lot of good recoveries, even for a big boy. So definitely going to be could be a difficult matchup for him just because the high damage count and the high recovery that Dedede has. His ability to use those projectiles, he's able to swallow your projectile as well. He's got that just massive mallet swing that he used against BWP really effectively. So, but Piranha really doing a good job trying to stay out of the way of his attack. Takes the next stock, which is the 3rd stock for man with no hits, and that is going to put him in a setup where he has 3 stocks, and you're going to see Sikeston's last set with 3 stocks as well, and that could be for all the marbles. So we will be right back. And we're back, and off to a fast start already here. You have in the last fight of set 2, you've got Dubious. After he took TCB took care of business there against King Dedede, he's going to go against Isabel, who's played by Third Eye Blind. Both with 3 stocks. Like I said, this is the last matchup in this set. So if you read spring, if you get the win, you move on in advance. If Sikeston gets the win, you go to your 3rd set. So you're definitely kind of playing at an advantage if you read spring. You don't have to feel like a pressure. You have to win. You get a chance to compete and a chance to win. So you can see Dubious there with a little bit of a slow start, but he's starting to recover really well, capitalizing using his long distance attacks, and then when Isabel gets close, being able to use those close grabs to counter it. Once again, another big hit there, and takes a key first stock, even with the high damage count. That is exactly where you want to be. Playing that stock count game now with everybody even, takes the has that stock taken. Third Eye Blind takes the stock. There we go. But you're now just at 2 and 2. So if you're Dubious, you're just playing that game up, continue to respond, play your game, and see what shakes out here. Once again, both fighters doing a good job of kind of adjusting to each other's styles. You see Isabel using a lot more of the fishing pole there. Dubious having a hard time landing the heavy spike balls there with Piranha Plant. Isabel pocketed that, doing that big grab, unable to land anything. Isabel's doing a good job of avoiding, staying away from the attacks that Piranha has. Did a good job of anticipating that one and countering that long distance attack. Guy, one of the good things for Dubious is that long recovery you just saw there. He's going to use that heavy ball to try to get back up to the edge. Made me a little bit nervous there on that, but he did recover. Isabel also right there, you can see, displays a great recovery. He did I thought he had a good move there and trying to kind of spike Isabel there, but he landed it, but he wasn't able to get the stock taken. He loses that 2nd stock. Has a miss key on the 3rd. On the right side there of the map, misses the recovery. And Isabel, played by Third Eye Blind, takes the 2nd stock. The 3rd stock, sorry, in the 2nd set. So that is going to set us up for a final here. It's been a little while for Reed Spring to be in a 3rd set, but they're 1-0 when they played in 3 sets this year. So we'll see how we shake out, and we will be right back with the Spring Showdown. All right, and welcome back here. We are in the third set of Class 1. This is technically the match number 3. The match number 3 in the quarterfinal here of the Spring Showdown. So, little news update. Those of you scoring at home, Oak Grove has defeated Bernie, and me being someone who doesn't always know what's going on in the world, Oak Grove will go against Bishop DuBourg. So the winner of this set will go against Christian Fellowship School next Friday, the 15th. So here we are. Right now you can see Dubious there playing as Piranha Plant, and he is going against Oasis playing as Cloud. Both fighters have had a lot of experience in this match. Both saw each other briefly in the first set. So both fighters are familiar now with both lineups. You can see Cloud using that big sword attack there. Piranha Plant uses the spiky ball to get back on stage. Does a good job of recovering, counters well. Using those distance attacks, he really wants to be able to do that and avoid the up close hits from Cloud. He's got to dodge that green wave attack that Cloud uses really effectively. So you can see both work on the right side. Cloud does do a really good job of guarding off that edge and keeping his opponents out of a rhythm to get back on stage. That's one thing that Dubious is going to have to be careful of, is getting off stage against this Cloud is really difficult to get back on. He does a good job of using his attacks to make his opponents have to delay their timing and then capitalize off their mistakes. Takes that stock, and you can see both fighters now working back and forth. Slight advantage right now to Dubious. Yeah. Okay. You can see here right now, Dubious with an advantage. He's taking that second stock from Cloud. He's keeping his damage relatively low. In this second stock, he's held on to for quite a while. He once again does a great job there of blocking the big sword attacks from Cloud. You can definitely tell, just like in that first game, that Dubious has found his rhythm and has adjusted well to the play style of his opponent. He did a great job of that in the first set as well. One of the big things that we've seen out of Dubious, he doesn't, maybe not always the fastest starter, but he does a really good job of reading his opponents and adjusting as he goes along. Currently has Cloud at 109% on the damage count. Wants to get this third stock if he can without dropping another one. But Oasis will make it very difficult for him. Oasis is a good fighter and knows how to use his varying attacks really well. Good job blocking there, but then could fall for the second block. Good counter with that long distance attack there by Piranha Plant. Throws the big ball. Oh, he throws the big ball, gets the third stock, however, not before Cloud takes that second stock. So you had a very close back and forth battle, kind of like an old martial arts movie. Some Bruce Lee action there. Speaking of Bruce Lee, if you're needing some martial arts training, might I recommend Championship Martial Arts, a silver sponsor for Reed Spring Esports. So we are in the third set, and we will be right back. And welcome back. We're in the second fight here. You saw Piranha Plant, played by Dubious there, take his 2 jumps. Lost 2 stocks, won a very, very skinnier teeth second stock that will be under review and submitted to the League Rules Committee. That's a joke, there's not a League Rules Committee. Going against Isabel, who's controlled by Third Eye Blind. Wonder if they will graduate. Third Eye Blind reference. So both fighters off and running. You can see Isabel using their bag of tricks there early. Has Piranha Plant at 100 damage count, but Dubious, a great job there, kind of narrowing the gap. You'd love to get at least 1 stock if you can, but he won't. So great job there by Third Eye Blind to shut the door there on Dubious's run. Had a great lineup. Did a good job of playing his role there. So we will hand off to the next fighter and be right back. And welcome back. We are getting ready for the 3rd fight here in this 3rd set of the 2026 Spring Showdown, Class 1 matchup here. So, currently both teams, Reed Spring and Sikeston, has taken 1 match. Both have 3 stocks. So, really, you're playing this thing even right now. So, both teams not with any kind of advantage. You're going to see something you don't see very often. You're going to see an Isabel versus an Isabel here. Both rolling with 3 stocks. So we're going to see, I guess, who the better Isabel is. The Isabel with the green sweater is the Reed Spring Isabel, played by Ashton with a Q. And the Isabel with the blue sweater is played by Third Eye Blind and Sikeston. So, as you can see, both Isabels fighting back and forth. This is going to be a brain teaser for me to make sure I can keep track of who's who. Quick tip for the users once again, scoring at home. If you look down at the bottom there, the hit count, the damage count, you can see kind of where each Isabel is at. So, you can see right now the Sikeston Isabel. Oh, excuse me. I have that backwards. The Reed Spring Isabel is in the blue, and the Sikeston Isabel is in the green. So the Reed Spring Isabel by Ashton with a Q is off to a fast start. So now, yeah, you got that first stock there if you're Ashton, although you're dealing with a high stock count, so you want to get as much damage taken as possible before, inevitably at 130, you're going to give up that first stock. Great job with the fishing line, lures them in and gives a throw. Isabel goes with the umbrella swing, and Ashton does a great job of avoiding it, getting behind and attacking, and now is taking the second stock from Third Eye Blind. But a great job there by Third Eye Blind to stay focused, stay locked in, as the kids say, and gets that first stock taken. So if you're Ashton, you want to get this 3rd stock. You don't want to go down to 1 stock. You need to start leaning heavily on that stock count while you're matched up here. Great job once again using that fishing pole. Isabel has a lot of different tricks up their sleeve between the fishing line, the stop sign, the hammer, there's something else that I can't think of. All kinds of tricks. So it's a very interesting character, one that you don't see very often. And usually those who are fans of Isabel play Isabel really well. Ashton with a really good advantage here has has Third Eye Blind to 130, 140, and takes the third stop. And so at that, you got to cash out if you're Third Eye Blind and go ahead and take out all your money. Speaking of money in banks, once again, Table Rock Community Bank, just right up the road, a stone's throw, as we like to say here in the Ozarks, is our bronze supporter. Or not a bad idea if you want to go to Southern Bank also, our gold sponsor. Both of them, though, will help with all your banking needs, and you can tell them, hey, thank you for supporting public schools and Reed Spring Esports. So we will be back shortly as both fighters are already ready to go, or getting ready to go, and we'll start fight number 3 in this setup. Welcome back here. Sorry on the mic delay. You're seeing Paramore playing as Min Min versus Ashton with a Q playing as Isabel. Isabel took one jump because he lost a stock in the first set, or in the previous set against Isabel. And Third Eye Blind, the Isabel versus Isabel. Paramore has been a great fighter. Like I said, the stock and win leader for Sikeston this year has been a really difficult matchup for Reed Spring. So, not that Paramore doesn't have some great surrounding casts, but definitely the crown jewel of that program. So, currently has Ash with a Q playing very defensive and on his heels. You can see that there. Paramore takes the second stock from Ashton. If you're Ashton, like obviously you want to win, but the way you get your team to win right now is you try to get one stock from Min Min if you can. If not, you can't get two. You want to try to get one. So that's the mission going forward. If you're Ashton, you take one at a time. It's gonna be really difficult. Min Min is a great fighter who can camp. Uses their long distance attacks, but when you get too close, they have a great grab maneuver and a really good recovery. So it's gonna be a hard fight for Ashton. Like I said, if he can get one stock in this and set up his next player, then he's put them in a good position. That's exactly where they want to be. So he's got his bill up to 103. He's got to continue to keep them off balance and at bay a little bit. Great recovery there by Min Min. Another good counter though by Ashton. Unable to follow it back up twice, and once again that long extension attack that Min Min has is just really difficult to find a way around. Another big attack. You got Isabel up to 114% on that damage count. Catches Ashton coming off back onto the stage in a vulnerable position and takes that third stock. So that is going to be the end of this fight. You've got Sikeston now with 2 wins, Reed Spring with 2 wins. If you're playing the game of counting stocks, Sikeston has taken 6 stocks in this match, and Reed Spring has taken 6 stocks in this match. So we're going to be really just head-to-head in this from now on. And we'll be right back. All right. I'm so what? All right, we'll start. Welcome back. Here we are. We are in set 3 of match 3 in the Smash Bros. Class 1 Spring Showdown, the opening round, the Elite 8, if you will. Both teams here looking for the way to punch their ticket to the Final Four. You've got the other Trujillo, Anson, as Donkey Kong there. You just saw he took a bad beat, going against Min Min, who's controlled by Paramore. So there's Donkey Kong with some aerial karate chops that he went to Championship Martial Arts just up the road, got some training.
Stop running out of.
Min Min, once again, Paramore using that distance attack. They're going to use that long recovery. Once again, they can recover from way off the stage. It gives that character a very distinct advantage where they can not only play at a distance, but play up close with that suplex maneuver, but then also with those long recoveries. Anson's going to do his thing where he does the throw. This time, times it the right way and gets that first stock taken from Paramore. So both now at 2 stocks, although the damage for Donkey Kong is at 140. Climbing, he's got to watch that recovery, getting back on the map. Paramore does a really good job of continuing the aggressive play after he gets their characters off the map. There's a grab, there's a throw, and a punch. The damage to Min Min is kind of minimal. But a big punch, you can hear an eruption in the Joe Dome here behind me as Opa has taken the second stock from Min Min. But that big damage count eventually had to run out. So now both fighters in their third stock here. And right now, Opa has Paramore in kind of a rough spot with that damage count. Both have to be very careful not to open themselves up and be too exposed, because one mistake can completely shift the outcome of the game. There's a big grab and throw again by Opa, and it's going to be enough to neutralize the long recovery of Paramore, who's playing as Min Min, and that is a big win there for Opa and Reed Spring. So that's going to give him 1 stock going into the next fighter for Sikeston, and it's going to be their last fighter of the night. So we will return here from the Joe Dome in Stone County, Missouri, on the campus of Reed Spring High School. All right, welcome back. We are a little difficulty there. We are in the last set here hope potential. It's the last set. Could be the last fight, as you have Opa playing as Donkey Kong, green Donkey Kong this time. Mix it up a little bit. You got to respect that. Going against Mayo with no hits. I think I'm saying that right. As King Dedede. So, currently, Opa ended the last set with 1 stock remain, which is why you saw him take those 2 big old jumps at the beginning here. King Dedede as all 3. So if you're Opa, you got a couple of heavies here. It's like 1980s and 90s boxing. If you're Opa, you want to get 1 to 2 stocks, if not all 3, and he takes the first one. So King Dedede with that laser jet-fueled mallet there is unable to connect that time. He used that weapon twice really effectively against BWP. Did a good job there by Opa to avoid it. He did take 1 stock, but now damage count's starting to get a little bit higher. Both heavyweights have a high damage count. King Dedede with a little bit better recovery than DK. But Opa does that grab and throw maneuver really well. If he can avoid that, which he did, he really wants to try to get 1 more stock if he can to set up BWP. There's a grab, there's a throw, but it's not enough to take the second stock from Dedede. He is going to go with that star spit. This is getting intense here on the right side. A big 2-hand smash and the second stock taken by Opa, who is right now on a run, folks. Now on the left side of the mat, King Dedede really in a tough spot here. He's got to get that stock taken from Opa if Sikeston wants to have a chance to win this. Anson playing with house money a little bit with a big punch, but it's not enough to destroy Dedede. Oh, he made the recovery. I thought maybe he would miss it. A good spinny attack there by Donkey Kong. A grab, a throw, and that's the game. And that's going to be it. As Opa cleans up, takes the last stock, and that's going to be it for Sikeston. I don't know that you understand how difficult that can be with 1 stock and taking 3 stocks from another player. That's just a difficult thing to do. So Opa did a great job there to close out. So real quick here, some fun statistics on the night. For today, your stock totals were Ashton with a Q had 4, BWP had 5, Dubious with 12, and you gotta give the match player of the night there to Opa with 13 stocks taken, including the last one. That is going to continue the season for Reed Spring and end the season for Sikeston. We're waiting on the calendar to update here. I'm not sure why the delay. But as we wait to see the final results show up, Reed Spring has defeated Sikeston. Reed Spring has punched their ticket to the second round of state in the spring showdown. And as of right now, unless there is some sort of a change, I don't know why it's not updating, unless there's some sort of change, they are slated to take on, there it is, Christian Fellowship School. So, how it'll work out on the 15th of May, that is Friday, not a traditional Monday. You will see 2 matches going on, both online this year. Oak Grove playing against Bishop DeBerg, and Reed Spring playing against Christian Fellowship School. The losers of those 2 teams will play a consolation match shortly after for 3rd place in state, and the winners will play in the final as well. So either way, Reed Spring's got 2 more matches guaranteed and a chance to punch that first place trophy on the line. So that's it from Stone County. Have a wonderful night and be safe.